Okay, so what if after your product preparation, you realize that it's contaminated? What can you do about it so that you don't discard the product? You want to find another means to still sustain it. What do you suggest?
Say eduro ne kura wakofa na ye right na eduro ne kura ye good but environment now will produce eduro ne one environment now produce eduro ne one enye cleaner why it cost 90 job. Okay, next person.
Pepa chowa quality measure se ebi eduro no your quantity ayewe ayenoa iti measure se quality no measure se we no mo ye na quantity na before say ebenoa.
Another excellent point. Eduro ne aka say depending on part of eduro no any quantity na we use ni ene be ma wo adwuma na wo pese wo ye ne Pavi de den. Well, be answer me be sound quality. Pavi de den.
For blood tonic.
Blood tonic.
Supplement of blood.
Good. Enti a blood tonic because of quantity na o de mani pa chrono. Se quantity necessary e bia na ntumi anya adwuma na o pese eye ni. Enti in the end no wa ma nipa na dropa. Enti raw materials ne quantity no can also make sure say one weigh exactly that quantity. All right.
But so there means my say yeah SOPs na ye use no ye be this super pepper say the be a standard ye make it bit.
Good. But so me there say plant you use say you use dry one na me make sure say a dry answer you use it.
Excellent. Another big source of contamination from drying and undried plant materials. It is the one drying year. We won't say mold they grow home. At the end of the year, so what the your friend is saying? It's mold I grow home. It's from the beginning. What they now being already are contaminated. Te abas and fan come a final person. No, say that. All right.
Pacho, Miss Omega say, "Ian personnel is not a jumano. Will practice personal hygiene."
Very good. Finally, a drew so.
Pacho, Miss Omega say, "Your machine now at the bottle of drone. The BME clean."
Very good. What the way the kind and sound here. The money now can you very good. Let's say already your systems in place. I did make sure say quality no you ensured. But many more check a few things in addition to the munim dadano. Obi wa question bi obi to me bisa. Hey, confusion aba. Pavi de yeden. Mamu ye muntu min ka de drone ye chem. Say ye serious.
But immune system support.
Okay. And if you say hematinic, blood tonic. Yeah. Okay. You see the meaning in our kind no great. Hematinic. Oh, Monfancha bas. Hematinic NSI immune system. Yeah, that's fine. All right. It's a better one. So minimum we go through just a few things other than other than the yedi kan hand. All right.
Okay.
You already know.
I don't know. I'm relearning. Okay, so on the quality control, I don't know whether you take each and every control later.
Yes.
Okay, so you touch on microbial again.
Yeah.
Not really. Okay, I just. Okay, I wasn't here throughout, but I want to chip in a small thing.
That's fine.
Okay, so what if after your product preparation, you realize that it's contaminated? What can you do about it? Like, so that you don't discard the product, you want to find another means to still sustain it. What do you suggest?
It's a really big question, but then I'll try and answer it in two folds. Obia minkatri and me address on unqua. Minkatri, oh. She did my car, feel my confused. Okay, it's a two-way affair, two ways. How bad is the contamination and what kind of contaminants are we dealing with? In certain contaminations, you cannot do anything about the product. You have to discard. There were certain organisms that they must never be present in your herbal preparation. For example, E. coli, Escherichia coli. And this E. coli womb, under no circumstance now be to me at all. If you have E. coli, you can't do anything about it. And if you have Salmonella typhi, because some of our organisms they cause infections right away. It will be to say Salmonella typhi. You still cannot use the product because ebema nipa chronic typhoid. And enteric fever can be hard to treat. You don't want a situation where wama obi drew na asakoya another problem amano. But the BP no British Pharmacopoeia a book of standards. Emma ebia herbal preparation we debe nebe to me a womb in what quantity. BP stated say for certain herbal preparations there are some allowable quantity of certain amounts of microorganisms. For example, mold. BP Bema will say, okay, between this quantity to this quantity, you can still use the product. Because in any ways, oral preparation, they better through GIT, which is also a method of cleansing, quote unquote, because of the acid in the stomach. But beyond a certain quantity there, you cannot sell. So, like I'm saying, a two-way affair. When you have organisms now, they must never be present in the straight away is a no-no. Then the organisms are a bit allowed, you have to check the quantity. If the quantity exceeds, you have to discard. Now, the second thing they say, some of them, you can see if you can work on it. So, for example, products I will deal with shredded leaves of 40 preparation. It's leaves now powder. And you can reheat it to see if it's possible, say, obete microbes neswa. Do you understand? Because you say heat to a high point can be bactericidal. Itina say upese ukun bibi we bianimo uhiti because uhiti drew a point etumi kumemwa on its own. Inti a product ube to me a heatia. For example, dried leaves ube to me a re-dry a heatia bill. Now I start checking for contamination. But for herbal decoctions, for example, you boil it at a particular temperature. Because o boil broswa, you free be volatile oils. Ebe to me a escape. Sa volatile oils in so es a kind drone home, and no nema a drone ye to say drobi almost say a nice smell, aromatic. A chest a volatile oils home. Sa volatile oils ne kahona a drone to me ye de ono abroswa ni na be escape. So in the end, no, if you overheat the decoctions, what you are going to do is say ube lucy nyomana uhiano. Although microbes be to form, but in the end, a drone and shut down more activity now open. So I was so share these two procedures. Then you choose how to go about it. In your case, from the beginning, all your processes now kasano, making sure say the right things are being done. Because Osha say with raw material contaminated, ubenya product are contaminated.
So a follow-up. So let's say someone who is just starting, little, doesn't have the equipment to check some of this microbial contamination. What other ways can the person determine that, no, at this point there is a microbial contamination?
Okay. So, ideally, checking for microbes should not be a difficult thing. Determining microbial load, you already know. You need agar and just the microbes. And I want to mean a be able to me a diamobi amanaye to second USC for ye be center for ye be Ubetumi aye, that's one arm of it. But it will be difficult, say, be a production and just what they call tech and a baby. If not, what betumi aye preliminary ones are easy to do. To say, ega work any difficult. To say broth work any difficult. And as I say, so more develop simple kits ubetumi de evra edun mama natural say contaminated and then contaminated, which is also very simple for you to do. However, I dare say na microbial ubehu, because yedika say product ne it comes with a particular smell, it comes with a particular color, it comes with a particular clarity. For example, product say yellow, it won't say what color there, but also say who say particles be any. Immediately about the particles a flow woman. It just said there's a form of microbial growth going on, because it may show in some ways that growth. Sometimes the super say smell no a change, then you know say something is wrong. Most say taste no a change, because microbes sometimes fermentation starts to occur. It will be so. I mean, we're friends saying yogurt over fermentation okay. Gas it tells you say bibia wrong.